Let's get Christmas in physical. It's Jordan here, back in with this week's update on all the physical releases coming to the Switch. We're in the 4th week of December, Monday to Friday, retail, low print imports, and a shorter community spotlight this week. Remember, once we get to 100,000 subscribers, we're giving away a Nintendo Switch OLED model to one of you, so quickly subscribe now. Once again, it is Christmas and no one wants to sell stuff, so it's a little bit quiet this week, at least at retail. Ever Forward is finally releasing this week. That's just a maybe though. Maybe they should have renamed this title Ever Delayed, because it's constantly been delayed for like the last 2 years. Why? I have no idea, but it is a decent looking puzzle adventure game that sees a girl named Maya lost in some weird dimension where she must solve environmental puzzles. Supposed to be fairly challenging, although on the short end for something like this. I like the cover art a lot though, very simplistic but carries the message of the game very well. Hopefully it actually releases this week, because our executive producer Thorn Metal Luna chosen this as his pick of the week. Just a quick shout out to Crown Trick, which actually released last week in Europe after a short delay. No North American release as far as I have seen. Among Us Crewmate Edition is also releasing in the United States this week, and also you people in North America should be getting Gear Club Unlimited 2 Definitive Edition. Lovely! Now let's jump into the low prints. Windjammers 2 is up for pre-order by Limited Run Games, part of their distribution line this time, not their numbered release unlike the last one, not sure why. Oh wait, yes I do, which I will tell you in a minute. There's a standard edition as well as a collector's edition, which includes some really essential swag such as a pink mustache. I'm sure that won't be tacky as Here we have the long-awaited sequel to an all-time classic arcade game. Who doesn't love Windjammers as you lob frisbees at each other? I don't know what this sequel actually adds to the formula, but hopefully it's decapitations and dismemberment, because that always makes sport more fun. Europeans, you are in luck too, since Pix and Love are handling this in the region. Yeah, you've got a standard edition as well as a collector's edition, but I'm not sure if it comes with a mustache or not. That seems like it could be a deal breaker. You should be able to order this right now if it's still in stock. Interestingly, they're also doing Windjammers 1. Yes, this was one of Limited Run's early releases, now being put through a European cartridge. There is a standard edition and a collector's edition for this one as well. But wait, there's more. When wallets are ready to be exploited, there's always more, because you can buy a massive collector's edition with both games together. While I appreciate the thought of being able to buy Windjammers 1 for a more reasonable price, I can't help but feel that these two games should have been on one cartridge. I mean, they really should have been, right? I guess they couldn't do that, otherwise it would have undermined Limited Run's Windjammers 2 release, and Limited Run would not want that. Ah well, it is what it is. This is a double pack, and our executive producers, Brett McLean and Mental Traveler, they've chosen this as their pick of the week. Aaero from Strictly Limited Games is up for pre-order. They must be close to reaching their Christmas party budget. Either that or they're struggling to pay for manufacturing of older titles and need a cash boost. Hopefully they just need to pay the beer tab. This is a pretty decent looking rhythm game that does something a little bit different. I checked out some reviews and it appears to be a visual and auditory attack on the senses. The music may not be to everyone's taste, particularly my own, but you know, my favorite band is Green Day, so I have no right to question people's choice in musical preferences. This is coming in a standard edition as well as a collector's edition, which includes things such as a bottle opener. You know things get desperate when they put bottle openers in collector's editions. Who knows, maybe they need it for next year, which is when this will likely be in your hands. At their next Christmas party they can use it. Forward thinking. Baby Storm is up for pre-order from Limited Run. No, it's not Forever Limited. Sorry. This is an upcoming Switch game that featured in the very recent indie game presentation Nintendo did. This is where you are in control of a kindergarten, or at least you wish you were. This is a bit of guesswork from me, but it kind of looks like Overcooked if you're taking care of toddlers. A bit of multiplayer, a bit of multitasking, trying to get all the goals done in the time limit, and also you can put toddlers on a catapult, so you know, that's a win from me. You can order this from foreverlimited.com in a standard edition, but it also looks like there's a limited edition that's going to be revealed sometime in the future. I'd also like to give a shout out to Skul, which is up for pre-order for its signature edition. from, you guessed it, Signature Edition games. Sure, the standard release of this game will be at retail, but if you want a slightly more fancy version, then be sure to pre-order this from their website. This is a fast-paced action roguelite where you play as a literal skeleton who can switch skulls in order to play different play styles. I've heard this can be very addictive, and I know some people wanted it as their game of the year. So yeah, if you want the Signature Edition, which includes the soundtrack CD, yay! Remember, the standard edition is coming to retail later if you just want that. And our executive producers, Punky Dooster, Elissa, Dane Wilkinson, Cartoon Soren, Grantsert, and Boombox have chosen this as their pick of the week. Alright, let's jump into the imports. Remember guys, if anything takes your fancy and you'd like to import it for yourself, then consider using the links below in the description and the pinned comment. If you use those links, it also helps support this series ever so much. You guys are wonderful, and I always thank you from the bottom of my heart, especially this time around Christmas. I mean, you know, people are struggling for cash around Christmas time, so yeah, I appreciate everything you do for us. Plus, in return, if you click our links, you can also get a very nice 5% off if you use the coupon code SwitchWatchTV while checking out. That's all one word, SwitchWatchTV, for 5% off any physical item from PlayAsia if you use our links. Thank you. Romancing Saga 2 is finally getting an English physical release in Asia this week. This is a great classic JRPG that was originally on the Super Famicom, way ahead of its time in terms of story flow and mechanics. It's something a bit different from the usual JRPG tropes. If you enjoyed the physical release of Romancing Saga 3 and Saga Frontier, then you'll be sure to enjoy this one, even if it's not quite as polished as the latter two. With updated visuals, new content, and finally, physically in English, this is one to support if you want more classic JRPGs physically. Asia, we do not deserve you, but we really appreciate you. And I also have to point out that the cover art is just, I am in love. I am absolutely in love with this cover art. The Saga games really know how to do cover art well, and it helps when you have such a great concept artist. And our executive producers, Government Fat Cat, Michael Del Polito, Issa, God of Resin, Jonathan Rumor, Vey, Robotech, and Parsnip Coffee, they've chosen this as their pick of the week. Cotton Rock and Roll is releasing in Japan this week, a brand new entry in the Cotton series. The visuals aren't exactly great, but the gameplay seems pretty cool. This Japanese release does have English, but it's not exactly an enticing import as it once was, as we found out that it's getting a retail release in Western territories at some point, and Strictly Limited have a partner store collector's edition, so it's up to you. This is the early version. It also has a better name. Sadly, they changed the cover art, but hey, it's called Rock and Roll, and that is much better than fantasy. I mean, who cares about cotton fantasy? It's all about cotton rock and roll. Also, there is an interesting looking train game, the second one by the same company on the Switch. Sadly, this does not have English, which is a shame. It's called Tetsudo Nippon Rosentabi Sangi Tetsudo Hen. Yeah. There's also the two Star Wars double packs, Racer Republic Commando, and the Jedi Knights games. They should have English in Japan. But there's also some stuff that does not have English, like Utano Prince Sama All-Star, Sakura no Kumo, Scarlet no Koi, I Kiss, or is it AI Kiss? I don't know. Shin Sangoku Masu 8 Empires, which don't forget is Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires in the West, but we'll get that at a later date, not this time. Now that's it for imports this week, but as always, if there's been a new announcement or something that I've sniffed out, I'm going to tell you about them. So let's take a look at some interesting new imports up for pre-order. Table Game Deluxe Pack is releasing, and I am fascinated by it. It's the welcome or unwelcome return of the Simple series, budget titles. Actually, 13 table games from 7 different genres. I mean, 6 of them are card games. You have Shogi, Go, Hanafuda cards. So if you're into tabletop stuff and for some reason you don't want Nintendo's worldwide classics, then this is a cheap option, as supposedly it does have English, which I find hard to believe for some of them, but we shall see. I probably need to get this for my pile of shame. February 17th for this one. Persona 4 Ultimax Arena is releasing physically in Japan. According to various sources, this is not going to be available physically in the West, so this Japanese version may be your best option, although personally, I wouldn't be too confident of English without official confirmation. That has not been confirmed as of yet. I remember Atlas region locked one of these back in the day on a console. Actually, while this may not be the game we all hoped for, it does give us an indication that Atlas are going to be bringing the bad boy to the Switch at some point as well. Fingers crossed. Plus the dancing game. I like the dancing game on the Switch as well. But first, Persona 4 Golden, come on! For the time being, this is a highly rated fighting game. It may have to suffice, although maybe there's spoilers for the main game, which would be a shame since the main game story is incredible. Pre-order links are below if you want to go for it right now, or you may want to wait for English confirmation. March 17th for this one. Dungeon Munchies is releasing physically in Japan with English on March 10th. This is a fun-looking side-scrolling action game where you defeat monsters and then cook them to gain new powers and weapons. It promises tons of combinations with ingredients and looks pretty awesome in a unique way. We've not heard about a Western physical. Behind the Screen and Defoliation is another double pack from Kosen, who recently did the Lycra double pack. Lyrica double pack. These two games both have English. The first game is a surreal adventure puzzle game, while Defoliation is more of an escape room puzzle game. Both pretty decent and complement each other well. This is going to be available in Standard Edition and a Collector's Edition, which includes a soundtrack CD and some other trinkets, but you know, I'm all about that soundtrack. This is due for April 7th, and, by the way, did you see I am giving away 3 copies of Lyrica 1 and 2 over on Twitter? Go over there and retweet that bad boy, and also do the other stuff as well. Now let me ask you a question. What is the greatest sport on earth? Football? I mean real football. Basketball? Conkers? No. Curling! Yes, curling is the greatest sport on earth, as we can all agree. Japan is getting a dedicated curling game in Let's Play Curling. Because yes, let's. Does it have English? Who the fuck cares? It's curling! And there's penguins on the cover. Look, this one's humping the dude's leg. Curling is awesome. Set your diary for February 10th because curling is taking Japan by storm. I am half joking, please don't buy this expecting it to be awesome. This has got Funbox Media written all over it for a Western release, but I don't know that for sure. But yeah, this looks amazingly shit. I also plan on talking about Metal Dogs because just look at that cover, that looks beastly. And I think it might have English, but I want to wait for more information on this because I want to be correct about this. Look at it. All right, it's a community spotlight. Look, I know you're tired of excuses, but I am also tired. And if you've been watching this past week, I've been a busy boy. And I would like to spend some more time with my family. So a very quick community spotlight this week. Many apologies, but I do work a bit too hard at times, and it's really not good for me. Firstly, me. Well, you guys know Christmas is coming up, and so I wanted to pick something for my spotlight that's just a little bit special, give you that very nice Christmas cheer, something very close to all our hearts. Yes, I want to talk about Suicide. Yes, the Suicide Guy collection. What is more appropriate? I'm kind of amazed this title managed to survive this day and age. It's ballsy and I kind of appreciate it, even if it is, a bit insensitive. I'm sure they've had a lot of flack from sensitive people, but they're powering on. You're trapped in a dream world and the only way to escape is to kill yourself. You have to solve puzzles to do so. This game contains the first and second games and they're supposedly rather fun. This is available from Red Art Games. It has a card sleeve and also a small art booklet inside. A very nice affordable collection of not so serious games. Head over to redartgames.com and you can get 10% off with SWatch 10. Thanks to Red Art Games for sending me this just in time for Christmas. Thank you. Alright, on to you lot. I'm choosing 15 people at random to talk about. No preference whatsoever, even for the executives this time. I'm sure they don't mind. Brett McHorney was one to pick up the Valis collection. If you didn't watch my review already, be sure to do so. You can see what it's all about. It does not have English, but it's not exactly essential. You get 3 games in the Valis series, action platformers, pretty decent, and limited run will do this in the West next year. Chris Dallas showed off this title that we almost don't see at all, Thief Simulator, from the same company who are doing Baby Storm. This is recently being sent out along with the Sparkle collection. These are not cheap due to high prices and high shipping from the website, so I don't expect to see this too often. Etienne picked up these 3 games. I know a good few of you wanted to nominate Dying Light for your Game of the Year 2021, but sorry, I was having none of that. Girly Gamer DM sent in this photo of a couple of import exclusive visual novels, both of which appeared on our recommended list. They both have English too, although looking back at my review of The Fox Awaits Me, maybe I was a little bit too nice about it. It was one of my first VNs, and it is decent but perhaps not in the same league as others. Island's great though. Gold Mario sent in this photo a good old Eastwood, the Japanese cover art for Ni no Kuni 2, I like that one a lot more, and of course the perfection of Super Robot Wars 30, fantastic. Kin got a very cat-themed package. Did the cat actually come from Play Asia 2? That is a smashing bow tie. Very cute games, but the cat is cuter. Marin, okay, this is not totally random since I'm using this picture to plug our next episode of Japanese Gems. Yes, around 70 of you were observant or curious enough to track it down and watch that video already, but Megaton Masashi will be fully public tomorrow. If you want to learn about this mech action RPG, then be sure to be there on Tuesday, or, you know, if you can find it, I'm sure you can find it to watch right now if you're very clever. Mika sent in this photo of some lovely games, a couple of Otome visual novels which are popular as ever. They really do have their audience. Pab sent in this photo which includes Sturmfront. I really need to show that off to you guys sometime, plus the North American version of Okinawa Rush from VGNY, slightly different to the European release. Punky Dooster did what he does best, showing off inside a card case. New Pokemon Snap is a game I definitely need. I was thinking about playing it over Christmas, seems like a chill game and my daughter might like to watch me play it. Maybe she can play it too. Renato sent in this photo. Dollhouse is a bit of an obscure one. I half didn't believe it actually released, but here it is in the flesh alongside the much delayed Tales of Iron in North America. Remy X sent in Samurai Warriors 5, which I think most people really didn't take notice of when it released. We haven't seen it too much. Our review got relatively low views for such a big game, which is a shame because it is rather good. The box art is also pretty nice. Shlomo sent in this photo. I hope Ita didn't come with that blind box since it was supposed to be for sold out games only, and Ita was still in stock when they sold them. The Esoteric Camel sent in this photo. Love the Moon Premium Edition, such a beautiful, lovely game. Really like it a lot, and the CE is really nice too. And finally, Vey. Again, this is not random because I specifically wanted to talk about Terra Tech, which appears to have had a stealth release in Japan this month. This is the first instance of me seeing it. It's an import exclusive that has English. I think I might need to be getting a copy, although Play Asia never stocked it, that's why I missed it. Alright, it's time for a roundup, guys. Sorry about this. Steven665. The One. Nicholas Baum. Evil McLeod, Marcos Blanco, Derek Jenkins, Bryson Coldwell, Retro Gaming Guys, Kraken, Vast Neon, Jim, Starvey, Kraid, Ilundra, Executive Producer Thorn Metal Luna, Max1216, Ying, Art Phoenix Asordis, Needless Dragon, Peter Clark, Executive Producer Cartoon Soren, Executive Producer Elisa, Shenlong, B Salt, Nintendo Gamer Gal, Burai Murian, Rugwain, Executive Producer Isa, Ashura G, Sosha, Cyan Wisp, Executive Producer God of Resin, R. Luna, Executive Producer Robotech, Executive Producer Jack Severus, Cypheria, Neverbirth, Tired Aiden, Destiny's Hero, Visipon, and a very Merry Christmas from Irina. Alright, please send me pictures on Twitter, so what about game? You can DM me or tag me in a post and use the hashtag Let's Get Physical. But remember, that's kind of dangerous these days. We have an email address, switchwatchspotlight@gmail.com, and we have a Discord where you can submit your pictures there in the submissions section. The server link is below in the description. I hope you enjoyed this episode of New Physical. Sorry it's a bit short and not very Christmassy, but I've just been so mega busy. Special thanks to our executive producers Dane Wilkinson, God of Resin, Boombox, Brent McLean, Jonathan Rumor, Santa Tartaruga, Alexander Cato, J Cross 7776, Elissa, Punky Deucer, Michael Del Polito, Cartoon Soren, Jack Severus, Robotech, Z, Raven Knight, Thorn Metal Luna, Parsnip Coffee, Government Fat Cat, Issa, V, Mental Traveler, and Grantert. Thank you ever so much for your support. Plus you. Many thanks for watching all the way through. If you did, what a legend you are. Leave me a Christmassy emoji in the comments, and I'll give you a Christmassy emoji back. Thank you ever so much. It's been a wonderful year, but we're still not finished yet. I think we've got one more before the end of the year, right? Yes, maybe. I don't know. Check out some other stuff. See you tomorrow for... what is it? Oh yeah, Megaton Masashi!